The reason you're watching this video right now is because you have low energy and you need it fixed. And the only way to fix that is by understanding the energy matrix. And why this is so important is because a lot of people on a daily basis will go about their day, but then when 4 p.m. comes and you can't drink coffee anymore because you want to go to bed, you die of energy. You have no energy, you feel tired, you feel stressed, all that stuff. But it's so easy to reverse that once you understand how energy works and by perfecting the simple steps so that you never run out of energy, you never feel tired, and you can do anything as hard as you want and your energy never gets drained. So I'm gonna break it down exactly on what is important for understanding energy so that you too can have energy all the time, whether it's working out, work in general, spending time with your family, spending time with friends, whatever it may be, and you never run out of energy. So let's get into it. So energy only comes down to two things, hormones and blood sugar. Hormones are gonna come from your diet, obviously. Your diet, your lifestyle, your training, all that stuff. So what does that entail? High cortisol, low test. If you have high cortisol and low test, you most likely have low energy. That's just how it is. So what is causing your high cortisol? Your high cortisol is gonna be not going outside. If you're inside all day, under lights, whatever it may be, you're gonna be stressed. So what would I recommend? If you're at work, if you're at home, go outside every single hour. Whether that's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it may be, going outside is gonna reduce your cortisol. And when you reduce your cortisol, you're gonna be less stressed, you're gonna have more energy, you're gonna be able to increase your testosterone, which is what makes effort feel good. So the end result here is to get your testosterone as high as possible so that every single effort that you do, it feels good. You wanna do every single thing every single day. You don't wanna, I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna do this, I don't wanna do that. No, you wanna have energy for everything possible. So we need to make sure you're getting your test as high as possible and your cortisol as low as possible. So first, that entails going outside. Second, what you need to do, you gotta make sure micronutrients. People, I can't say this enough. If you're not hitting your micronutrients, guess what? You're not producing as much testosterone. You're gonna have high cortisol. You're gonna have low energy. So what has micronutrients? It's pretty simple. Beef, eggs, fruit. You eat those 3 things right there, you're gonna have all the micronutrients you'll ever need. It's as simple as that. If you wanna add in raw milk, if you wanna add in, I don't recommend adding in vegetables because that messes with your thyroids, but by all means. But micronutrients, especially from good protein meat sources, beef, eggs, fruit, boom. Doing these 2 things right here will reduce your cortisol well enough to at least get you some energy. Now, the next thing, supplements. What supplements? Guys, you already know. Vitamin D, and if you really want to get crazy, Fadogia. Just gonna put that right there. Vitamin D, Fadogia. Fadogia is gonna increase your total test around 100 to 200 nanograms per deciliter. What that will do is decrease your cortisol almost immediately. So adding Fadogia is one of the best, not vitamin-based supplements or mineral-based supplements that's gonna increase your testosterone and reduce your cortisol. Next, vitamin D. Vitamin D is a pro-hormone. We wanna optimize our hormones. So why would you not take a pro-hormone if you're lacking it? If you're lacking vitamin D, you're not gonna have the hormones. It's a pro-hormone and you wanna optimize these things. Supplement vitamin D, guys. It's so fucking easy. All you need to do is 20,000 IUs every single day. If you wanna get crazy, 30,000 IUs, more of a test boost, do it. These 3 things right here will help your cortisol and increase your testosterone. This is just the basic stuff. We can go more in depth, But just doing boom, 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 guess what? You're gonna feel way better. And then the final thing, sleep. Sleep 8 hours a day, guys. If you're not sleeping 8 hours a day, what are you doing? Don't look at your phone before bed. When you wake up in the morning, get the hell out of bed. Don't sit there. Make sure these things, you're not gonna have energy if you're not doing these things. Obviously, we're gonna put a star on this one because this is the most important. Making sure you're hitting your micronutrients and all that stuff. But let's move over to the blood sugar. The blood sugar is gonna play a big role in your energy because whether you like it or not, your blood sugar increases and decreases throughout the day, and those increases and decreases affect your energy. The blood sugar is the most important thing when it comes to energy release because once your blood sugar goes up, that decline affects the amount of energy that you output and the way your brain feels when it comes to brain fog and brain focus. So, how do we optimize blood sugar? Well, first we gotta talk about carbs. No carbs before 12 p.m. You wanna be in an intermittent fasted state till 12 p.m. So don't take any carbs, especially if you're on an empty stomach and you take carbs, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna spike your blood sugar, your insulin is gonna decrease, and then you're gonna have low energy. So you need to make sure you're not eating carbs before 12 p.m. It's not that hard. Fast till then, drink black coffee, eat beef and eggs in the morning if you wanna do that. But just don't eat carbs because carbs are gonna be the only thing that's gonna spike your blood sugar to the highest point to where you're gonna feel low energy after the crash. Protein and fats don't do that. Protein and fats have such a minuscule amount of effect on your insulin and your blood sugar. So you can eat those in the morning and still feel high energy. But once you add in carbs, you're messing with your blood sugar a way more drastic amount. Next, once you do start to eat protein and carbs, guess what you gotta do? Protein first. Put that out there. So, when you eat protein before carbs, there have been studies done when someone ate 5 eggs and then ate a ton of sugar after. Guess what happened to their insulin? Guess what happened to their blood sugar? It didn't spike at all because protein regulates your metabolism. Protein regulates your blood sugar. So if you don't want to spike your blood sugar or spike your insulin and you don't want to have low energy, always focus on protein because protein is your best friend. You found it over here being your best friend, you're gonna find it over here. Protein, protein. One high test, eat more protein from beef and eggs. If that's the only lesson you get out of this video, it's to eat more protein. Good quality protein, beef, eggs, raw milk. Those things right there are gonna give you the most amount of energy. But then let's dive in a little more to what carbs we should be eating and what carbs we shouldn't be eating. Fruit is good. Fruit is good. Potatoes? Nope. Rice? We're gonna go middle ground. Potatoes are high in the glycemic index, which means they're gonna spike your blood sugar the most. So because they're a starch, you kind of want to avoid them until you're towards the end of the day when you're going to bed. Because when you're spiking your insulin, as I said before, you're gonna lower your energy. So make sure you're avoiding potatoes throughout the day. Now, rice is pretty low on the glycemic index. It actually won't spike your blood sugar as much as people think, but both of these things will convert into sugar at the end of the day. It's just the process of how fast and how slow your body actually does it. But the thing is with fruit, depending on what kind of fruit it is. So we're gonna go more in depth in that. So what fruit should we be eating? Let's say with skin. Good, there's good fiber. Fiber is gonna not spike your insulin as much. Now, let's say melons. What else? Bananas. Nope. Bananas and melons have been shown to increase your insulin and blood sugar more. So you want to avoid those if you aren't eating any sort of protein, because they will spike your insulin and they're going to make you lower energy. And now we're going to get to a super fruit. Yes, I said super fruit because it is very important if you want to get some carbs in, get some sugars in without spiking your blood sugar. And you might think, how is that even possible? Dates. They're talked about in the Bible. They're very religious when it comes to the powers of dates. They don't spike blood sugar. 30 grams of sugar in 2 dates, and they don't spike blood sugar. Why? Because the fiber controls that. The nutrients in that controls that. Dates, fruits with the skin, apples, berries, they won't spike your blood sugar as much as the melons and bananas. So let's review how to break all this down so that you have the most amount of energy. First, intermittent fast till 1 to 2 p.m. You shouldn't be eating anything. You want to keep your blood sugar low, drink black coffee, and just survive. It's not that hard to fast 5 hours in the morning. It really isn't that hard. Next, you want to make sure once you eat your first meal, you consume the protein first, because if you eat the fruit first, you're going to spike your blood sugar, and then you're going to crash at that 3-4 p.m. mark, and you're going to feel low energy. Then, once you eat the protein first, don't eat potatoes, try to avoid rice. After, eat fruit with skin, dates, that helps, your digestive tract, that's gonna help you, process that protein and stuff, but not spike your blood sugar. And then, just making sure you're hitting your protein on a daily basis, your sleep, going outside. Once you eat that meal, make sure you go for a walk and stuff so it digests properly. Going outside, doing all that stuff, make sure you add these supplements, and then get your sleep. If you do all this stuff, you will escape the energy matrix and have constant energy 24/7. Hope this video helped, and like and subscribe for more videos like this.